This is an outrage. She has erased history, and this is a slap in the face to Italian Americans. I believe in 1967, this statue was erected with the help of one of the state reps, Victor Arrigo. He was a state rep. And if you think about it, many Italian Americans settled here and helped build this country. And this is called Little Italy. Mayor Lori Lightfoot's excuse was because she didn't want police officers to have another confrontation with protesters like the one that transpired last week in Grand Park. That is the biggest lie, and I'll tell you why. If you give an example, last night there was a lot of people that opposed this statue coming down, and there could have been another confrontation. It's a double standard, and she's not abiding by it. Mayor Lori Lightfoot said when she got in office she was going to be inclusive, but you know what? She's exclusive. A month ago, President Donald Trump signed an executive order to protect American monuments, memorials, and statues. It states it is policy of the United States to withhold federal support tied to public space from state and local governments that have failed to protect public monuments, memorials, and statues from destruction and vandalism. If you look at this, our Mayor Lori Lightfoot, it was at her behest to destroy the statue, because you got to think about it. In theory, it is destroyed like the one in Grand Park. Today, we're asking for Mayor Lori Lightfoot to resign immediately. Or she should be recalled, or she should be impeached. It's a shame that she slapped the Italian Americans in the face. We want justice, and we want her to pay for this, and she should be prosecuted to the fullest. Thank you. Now I want to pass the floor to
So what you want?
I just happened to be coming by in the car. I was born and raised here. I was an altar boy that when the statue was dedicated, when it was first opened up, back in 1966, 1967. And this statue is all about the Italian pride in this neighborhood and the Italians and what they did for this country. So I can't believe that a small group of people are slapping, and these politicians are slapping the Italian Americans across the country, not only here, across the country, slapping every Italian American in the face with this BS that's going on here. And I said, I'm making an appeal to all the Italian Americans out there. Stand up, because enough is enough. Enough is enough of this BS. These politicians are getting away with it, and it's BS.
All American. All American.
Exactly.
All Lives Matter. I want to pass the floor to another community activist, Mr. Frank Coconati.
Good morning, everybody. We're here today because they've actually taken down the Columbus Day statues. There was threats about it, there was talk about it, but they finally did it. Like the gentleman said here, this is a total insult, a total slap in the face to the Italian American communities all through Chicago, Cook County, and Illinois. The mayor of the city of Chicago could have sat down, we could have come to some kind of agreement, we could have talked about it, but you went in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. I think it was, and took him down. So what the mayor told this city is the terrorists won. The terrorists that have been destroying our city, throwing rocks and bombs at our Chicago police, they won. They won today. And that's what's got me very upset. What I like to do is send a message to the mayor and 4 aldermen that they said they would take this down personally. Mayor Lightfoot, Alderman LaSpada, Rosa, Garcia, Chaco, we're coming after you. That's not a threat of violence. We're coming after you politically. You better keep your closets clean. You better everything you do better clean, because we're coming after you. You started a war today with the Italian Americans in Chicago, and believe me, you might have won this battle. You are not going to win the war. You woke up a sleeping giant, an Italian American taxpayer, somebody that's a good citizen in this city, someone that goes to work, takes care of their families, and builds the city. You insulted them today, and we will remember this. And you are going to be targeted. Thank you very much.
My name is Rochelle Sarantano. I grew up in this neighborhood. I have raised my family in this neighborhood, and I support our community. As a mother and a resident who's actually been here cleaning the statue twice after it was vandalized, I have to say that I'm extremely disappointed in our representation of the American Italian community here. By our government officials, we were promised that the statue would remain and it would be not touched. I woke up at 5:30 in the morning to the sound of helicopters and knew immediately that our statue that was so beloved to this neighborhood and the Italian American community was actually being ripped from the spot that it stood for so long as an iconic and memorable piece of artwork, not only from what people are saying that it stands for, slavery and misinterpretation of the American way, but it was looked at as a piece of artwork here that is now missing, as other iconic statues are being removed from the city of Chicago. What will be replacing these statues and the beautification of our city and our parks right now need to be addressed, and a replacement of the statue needs to return. We are disappointed as a community and would like this addressed now. So.
Put it back. Put it back.
Put it back.
I'd like to end this press conference with one little salient. Geez, sorry. A saying from a little old Italian man that used to live in the neighborhood here. He said, "The toes you step on today, is the butt you'll be kissing later on." Thank you.
Raul Montes, R-A-U-L, last name is M-O-N-T-E-S. Junior is a Suffolk community activist. Frankie?
Frank Coconati, F-R-A-N-K, C-O-C-O-N-A-T-E, community activist.
I give him money. You don't have to have money.
Stephen Petro.
Rochelle Sarantano, C-I-R-R-I-N-T-A-N-O, community member and resident, lifelong resident, and here to stay for a longer time.
That's it.
Any questions that you might have for us? Or?
Yeah, Frank, just to clarify, so I know you said just earlier that this is a sign of the terrorist one. I just want to clarify, I know there's been a lot of young youth involved with this movement, a lot of young indigenous voices. I just want to be clear about who you're referring to.
What paper are you with?
Chicago Tribune.
Majority of people in Chicago? Majority. Not the little groups here, the little 18%. These people are terrorists. The way they go about breaking windows into small business, robbing and looting, destroying our great city, painting the streets, those are terrorists. And they have a mayor that's backing them up. These are terrorists. Taxpayers of Chicago are calling them terrorists. Black Lives Matter, Antifa are getting funneled money from corporate America to cause chaos. Ford Motor Company and Ford Foundation gave $8 million to these organizations. $8 million. They're not stopping the shooting of the black American babies on the South Side. None of that money's going to the South Side. It's going in their pockets to cause chaos. So to me, those are terrorists. And until they stand up with a leader and want to sit down like adults and like professional people and talk and discuss things, they're terrorists to us. Do you agree?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Well, what do you think about Mayor Lightfoot saying we are going to have that discussion? We are going
When?
I wanted to take
When? I know you're asking the question. I approached Mayor Lightfoot 3 or 4 months ago. I have the emails. I sometimes wrote about it before. I sent it to Scott Wagasback, who holds the purse strings to the city, because the African American and Hispanic community are in an uproar of not getting the right amount of services and protection. I asked for a meeting for Mayor Lightfoot the day she got inaugurated to meet with her. And I'm nobody, but I got a voice in Chicago. Because I worked for Scott Wagensback, who's the finance director. I offered, and not just me, a large group of people wanted to meet. She would not talk to us. She would not listen to us.
What did you want to meet with her about?
Number one, how we can create peace in the city. Peace on the south side, peace on the west side, peace all over. About making this city stronger, not dividing it. About working together.
Well, what she was saying, and again, this is just
No, I'm glad you're here. At least you're asking.
all right. That specifically for these statues that were taken down, they're going to be taken down. They're kept safe, and then then everybody gets together and decides what they're going to do with the statues.
You remember Mayor Jane Byrne? You remember Jane Byrne?
Yeah, I do.
You remember her statue? She had statues up.
Okay.
Former Mayor Daley took them all down, said he'll put them up later. Never up again. These are never going up again.
Where'd she put it? We don't even know where it is.
We don't know. We don't know. She didn't give it to an Italian organization.
Bury 'em.
She buckled to the pressure of these organizations, and she took them down with no regard to the Italian American community. They won. She let them win. She looks very weak. And like I said, not just me, but many people have tried to meet with her to discuss this months ago, so it wouldn't come to this. So I hope that answers your question. Anybody else? Go ahead.
I just want to say a few more words regarding this. Our mayor talks about violence. If you see a few months ago, when it was during the COVID-19, when it really erupted, she gave the green light to these Black Lives Matters and Antifa to start protesting. And you know what? She didn't care about COVID-19. She didn't care about them inciting violence, so we blame the mayor because she allowed them to. Now it's out of control where she can't even do nothing about it. The police, she's against the police. We seen the FOP president, John Cantazero, yesterday. He was trying to defend that statue in Grand Park, and what happened? It still went down. She doesn't want to be cohesive with the police, and you have to work with the police. That's why so many people don't like the police, because the mayor is the example. She allowed these protesters to incite violence, and we blame her, and she should be held accountable. Thank you.
Right. Yes.
And just to clarify, so you're both calling for a resignation?
Definitely. Mayor Lightfoot should resign today. A shame what she did to the Italian Americans in this country and in this neighborhood. Italian Americans are one of the hardest working people in this country, and they helped build this country. It's a shame on her. Resign, Lightfoot. You should resign now.
That's what we have, a puppet in office, not a mayor.
Get me upset thinking about it.
People are very angry. At least we came up here today to try to show you the anger. But this is all through Chicago today. People I talk to are scared, shook up. They're afraid to go on camera because they don't know if these Black Lives Matters or Antifa will attack their homes. We are living in fear in this city. The police are being locked down. She's just letting the city run wild. She is not qualified. She is not. We need Trump. We need Trump to come in the city with the agents. And she's protecting these neighborhoods with most of the drug trade. She's protecting them by not letting the feds. Why wouldn't you want the feds to come in and clean this up? Why would you want babies? Babies are getting. I know. I get angry. Babies are getting shot. Babies. I mean, come on. You're the press. You got to make this mayor accountable. She keeps coming up with excuse. You know what she did when all the killings going on? She's got a horse, the census cowboy. The census cowboy. What's that got to do with these babies getting killed? Oh, it's just insulting. It's insulting. I'm embarrassed today to be a Chicagoan. Embarrassed. And yes, I think she's got to go. She's got to resign. She's not qualified.
Get rid of the puppet.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support.